What is going on, my peoples? Welcome back to the channel, and today's video is brought to you by Shafiq. Hopefully I'm not butchering your name, but that's what I do, is on the name of the channel. So yeah, he recommended to make a video about the new release War Machine Mark 6, as we can see on his leg over here, even though it's not on the name. And this war machine is very interesting, to say the least. It's a very streamlined war machine, very different from the one that we got on Infinity War, which is very bulky design with digital camouflage for the Air Force. Really cool Mark IV, but this video is about the Mark VI. So we have gone back to the more traditional gunmetal gray that War Machine likes to rock around, and this is a very good addition to your collection if you like war machines. But there is something at the end of this video that I want to show you that you might want to stay around or just skip ahead. I mean, by the time you're watching this, you're gonna have the ability to do so. But if you want to skip ahead, I'll see you there. If you want to tag along, I'll just show you a very few more features about this war machine. Coming now to the likeness, and thank you, Hot Toys, thank you for dropping the ball so I don't have to kiss your ass anymore. And what I mean by dropping the ball is because this is the exact same head sculpt that we have been getting for years now, for a long time. It's the exact same head sculpt. They haven't changed it, even though I don't have a problem with this head. I think it's perfect. It might not be a 10 out of 10. It's not blowing anybody's mind, but it's that is Don Cheadle. If I ever see him, that is him. I can totally tell. And just the fact that his face is completely covered by the helmet, it helps. You don't need to get more features right. You don't need to get the shape of the back of the head right. You don't need to get the ears right. Just getting the front of the face right. It serves you, which they have done, and I think it looks fine. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, there's nothing I can pinpoint out of here. The expression is all right. It's not. I don't hate it or anything. It's not super, but it's perfectly fine. I am happy with this head sculpt. Not a problem with it. It's just the exact same head sculpt all over again. If we've been getting new head sculpts for almost everybody, and just to get the same head sculpt again, they're dropping the ball a little bit here. But anyways, I would never use this head sculpt. I would go for totally the closed helmet, but that is just me. Some people like to use the open face. From time to time they switch it around. So this is another angle, and you can see here that even though there's nothing completely wrong with it, there's not a perfect 10 out of 10, because it's starting to show its age. You can see that today they have a better sculpture, better techniques. I don't know what they're doing today, but it's like they have more resolution nowadays. I don't know if that even makes any sense. Probably doesn't. But yeah, it's starting to show his age. Even though, like I said, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's perfectly fine. I will display my figure like that, not a problem. Even though, like I said, I'm a closed helmeted guy. So on this close-up, we can see a little bit of weathering. There's not much weather on these suits, so it's being used, not completely pristine, clean, but it's not also super battle damage that we have seen on some other ones. And this picture right here is my favorite one. I think that pose is really cool. You can see some of their articulation, like the torso is slightly turned to the side. And this Iron Man figure is basically an Iron Man. They've been doing it for a long time. They got double joints over here and here, and just they have phenomenal articulations, and they have added this little flaps here that you can increase the articulation, pull down the legs, all of that kind of stuff, and they pose really well. I am happy with what you can do with these figures, even though they're solid metal and so heavy. They're very, very possible. Really nice. So there is one downside to this figure, and there is it comes with zero accessories. Like, if you want to count this as an accessory, it's be my guess. It could be, and it is, but it's at the same time it's part of him. So I don't know. I guess if you can remove it and display without him and then attach it, it is an accessory. Yeah, so let's count that as an accessory. It doesn't come with much more than that. So it also comes with this little gimmick. I don't. I think Hot Toys should stop doing this. Like, this is not impressing anybody. Like, at least for me, for example, in this figure is not working because you have so much gray here, and the inner workings are not that detailed as in some other figures. I don't know. I'm not digging this feature on this particular figure right here. So they could have skipped it. They didn't, which it shows that they still have dedication to these figures. So it's good to have around. I'll just keep it covered all the time. I will never display it like that. But that, again, is just me. So I don't have much to say about this figure. We have seen 1,000 War Machines before. I think he looks phenomenal. If you're looking to upgrade any of your War Machines, I don't know if this is the way to go. Unless you're looking to upgrade your War Machine Mark II, which is the one that people like the least, then yeah, this will be a good option. And as you can see here, this is what everything that is included on the box. You have basically the figure. That's all it is. You have the shoulder gun here, and everything else just pieces of the figure with a few hands and the stand, and that's about it. So how much is this guy going for? War Machine price history time. The very first die-cast War Machine was the Mark II, and is the most disliked War Machine in the history of War Machines. Nobody likes this design because it's just too slender. It doesn't look menacing or anything like that. So like I said, if you're looking to upgrade from this War Machine to a new War Machine, the one that we're looking at today, the Mark VI, it could be a good option because of price maybe, or because you like that style. It's going to be completely up to you, obviously, but we're going to be touching here on some details that you might want to consider. So the first War Machine diecast was the Mark II, was going for $339 back in the days. Now the Mark II and 3, they were released very, very close to each other, so I don't remember, but I'm going to show here the Mark III because it's lower in price. And thank you, Hot Toys, for ruining your own website. You're amazing. So this is the War Machine Mark III, one of the best War Machines out there, like a lot of people's favorite, and along with the Mark I. We only have 3 so far. The Mark IV is very, very promising, but it's not out yet. So yeah, this guy was going for $344. Not a bad price for the figure that you were getting, for the year that you were getting it, and for all the extra accessories that you could attach to him. And really, really amazing design for the War Machine 3. And War Machine Mark 1, it was going for $360. And this is the best we can do because Hot Toys is ruining the website and it's ruining my videos along with it. So yeah, the War Machine Mark 1, it was one of the best, still one of the best looking War Machine. He has aged very, very well. You can see how thick it is. It is very robust, very, very, you know, like, I don't know, it looks like it was done in a foundry. It doesn't look like stylish at all. It just looks like pieces put together just to make him robust and welded. Really amazing design. The Gatling gun is just the War Machine that I've seen from my entire life since I was a kid. So these War Machines, I really like it. Holds special place for me. It was the most expensive one out of those three because it came with a diorama base that you can see down here and a few other accessories. So coming up to a huge jump from $359 to a whopping $415 for the War Machine Mark IV. This guy is a beast of a war machine. It looks absolutely outstanding. It looks incredible. The only thing that I would detract from this war machine that could possibly put some people away from buying it is the digital camo, because if you want a traditional looking war machine, it will be completely gray and not on a digital pattern camouflage. But if you can pass that, which is not a big of a deal, because as you can see here, you can barely see it. Only when you get super up close is now that you can see the camo. Or if you actually like the camo and you don't have a problem with it, then this war machine is absolutely a beast. I love this war machine. It looks so amazing, so brutally. He means the name that he has. He means he's just ready for war. He's loaded to the teeth, and he's just an amazing figure. But it's going for $415. Holy grail. And now we come down to this guy. We have dropped the price to $369. That is good, because nowadays you cannot see any Iron Man, any diecast, any figure related to the Iron Man line under $400. That doesn't happen anymore. Everything is $400 and upwards. So seeing this figure coming out for $369, even though it's up there, you're still down $30 from the 400. So yeah, I think this is for what you're getting for today's prices. This is a good price for the figure that you're going to be getting. It's a very streamlined looking war machine, very cool looking. It's a little bit slender on the top for my taste, because he's like over here it's a little bit wider than on the top, so it makes him look slender, even though his shoulders are obviously very broad outside here, which this is what we should be looking at. But since this toy and design and all that, I would have liked this to be like either this going inwards or this going outwards a little bit more, so you make him look like more robust on the top, more shoulder broad, right? But that is just me. That being said, I have something that I want to share with you, because this might change your mind when it comes to getting this figure. Do you guys remember this picture right here? This was the first leak that we got from Avengers Endgame, that it was showing the new team. The biggest leak we had here, it was Captain America, who was shaved, blonde, and I think it was still blonde by any other one, but he was shaved and back on his old costume with scales this time around. Everybody pretty much looks the same. And the other big elephant in the room was Hulk. He was wearing a leotard. But War Machine here in the back, you can see him. You can barely see him because the quality of this image is horrific. So I'm gonna give you, but you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, the chest of this War Machine does not look like the one we are getting from Hot Toys just now. That's the point I want to come across. Now this is a slightly better picture with better resolution, and it's slightly different for War Machine. This is not the exact same War Machine we have on the back, but it is the exact same design. And if you can see here, this is not the War Machine we are getting. This is a more robust, more War Machine like character or design that we're getting is the word I was looking for. So here we go. This is the design right here. I don't know if you notice on the trailer that he has screws just like this here, and he has this I don't even know how to call this shape. This is an upside down pyramid with the top chopped off. That is the best I can do. So yeah, so this is a still from the trailer. You can see this war machine. It has these little circles here on the helmet, just like the one on the concept, and it has the upside down pyramid. Probably this one does not have the tip chopped off, or it might have it, I don't know, but this is concept nonetheless. Now tell me this war machine does not look promising as hell. This war machine looks like it's gonna be way better than the one that we are getting right now, which, as you can tell, it doesn't have the little screws here. It doesn't have the upside down pyramid shot top. So this is not the war machine, and this is still from the trailer. We are 100% getting this war machine, and in my opinion, just for this little square right here and from this concept art, it's going to look 10 times better than this one right here. Now the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you like a more streamlined war machine and this is your design, this is going to be cheaper for sure, because I am I am 100% sure that this guy is gonna be really expensive. $400 upwards, no doubt. So if you don't mind the money, if you don't mind, if you actually think you're gonna like this design as much as I think I'm gonna like this design, because this design right here is a step backwards from the Mark IV. Even though it's a Mark VI, it's a step backwards from the Mark IV when it comes to, you know, like, it's not as bulky, it doesn't have as many weapons, it's more streamlined, more, it looks like a faster one machine, you know, like it would fly faster, it will be more agile. But this guy right here, this guy looks heavy. This guy looks gonna have every weapon rate possible on top of him, and his design looks mind-blowing, and I am 100% we're going to be getting him. So my advice to you is just wait, because this war machine Mark says is it's just a year away, and you're gonna have all the time in the world to pre-order it. But this guy right here, he's going to come into pre-order in a few months, right after we see the movie. We're gonna start seeing a lot of more pre-orders that they're not spoilers, because this right here, it could be a potential spoiler. That's why we haven't gotten him yet. So yeah, guys, that is what I think about this war machine. If you like it, I think it's gonna be the best price you will ever get. If you don't mind the money, and if you like a very big and bulky and just weapons loaded war machine, I predict that this is going to be the case, and that we are going to be getting this war machine that we have seen on the trailer. That is just speculation on my part, but I am 100% sure that this is going to be the case. Hot Toys is not going to pass on the opportunity to give us yet another Iron Man looking figure, which is the best selling they have. So yeah, this is what I think. What do you think? Are you gonna wait for the more expensive, more bulkier, more weapon loaded war machine, or you're satisfied with the cheaper alternative, more streamlined, more slick design, more agile war machine? What do you think of my prediction? What do you think is going to happen? Put it in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys, and I am so excited. I cannot wait for this war machine. It looks fantastic. So try not to be a stranger on the channel. Be around.